Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CIS Minor Qualifier. We have got ourselves Se7en taking on Winstrike, debuting Edward. This should be a fun one. We've got Edward, first of all, showing up on Winstrike for the first time. I'm sure there's a lot of eyes on this team now, because obviously a big name making a move from Navi. I believe he was in the roster since 2009. I think he took a short break to go to Standard Dragons, I believe it was. So he's been in the roster for quite some time, and finally he's been let go of the team and away to Winstrike. And I'm really excited to see what he can do with this roster. There's a lot of young players in here that could really be molded by the sort of prestige of Edward and the sort of experience that he's got. And it's going to be interesting to see what they can do up against Se7en here on the most CIS map possible. It is Dust 2, and this is where things get very exciting indeed. Kinder, he's going to be off towards long, looking down the barrel in towards long position, but it will be Winstrike looking like they want to go in towards the B side of the map. They've currently got 3 players inside of the tunnels. Smoke will go off for the CT cross. Flashbang there as well, and it's most likely going to be a B split coming through here. I think on paper we're going to say Winstrike are probably the team favourite to win this. It'll be interesting to see if they've got any teething problems with the new roster. As they start to move in, it's going to be Lack stepping up with 2 quick kills, looking for a third as well, but Bondic able to get that kill right back. It's 2 for him, but the man advantage still on the CT side and extended as well, as the Lion is the last man alive into a 1v3. You know, we'll start the long-range battles with the P250 up towards the B ramp, but cannot find the kill, and so eventually he will be dropped shortly after, I'm sure, here. And Se7en off to a decent start. One more bullet would drop Elian. Maybe not, actually. He's been hit, but not with 3 HP. There you go. Smiley finally puts a nail in him, and that'll be 1-0. Se7en get themselves the pistol win, and I think that's important coming into this as a underdog. You obviously have to find the pistol win. It's a good start coming into this. But if you have a look at the rosters of Winstrike, if you are unfamiliar with the 2 rosters, it's Edward, Elian, Bondic, Norbert, and Kvik. Over on the Se7en side of things, it's Smiley, Kinder, Lack, HP, and Winters. So, probably more notable names over on the Winstrike side of things. Se7en are a little bit more of an unknown quantity to a lot of people. So we're looking forward to seeing what they can show us here, if they can put up a good fight against Winstrike. It's been a day of some underdogs in our opening match. Our second one, not so much. Gambit youngsters did just bomb out one of their opponents, and here on this best of 3, I'm expecting more of the same from Winstrike, but with the pistol win going in favour of Se7en, perhaps you have to give them a chance. It will be Kinder starting things off as Elian will hit the floor. Another 2 come in for Kinder as well. And it's all under Norbert left on his own. He'll look at all the corpses of his teammates and think, do I want to join them? Might as well. It's better than being alone in the world. He's dropped to 1 HP. Perhaps he'll reconsider his options. He's going to run a little bit further away, and Winter will drop him on the floor. 2-0 here for Se7en. A solid start. They don't get too many risks coming their way, but this will be the first hurdle they've had to try and jump over. Winstrike coming into this with the AKs and the SG on Elian. Elian's definitely a good player. I remember him back in the EPG days. He used to be a fun player to watch with that AWP. So keep an eye out on this guy. He's got a lot of fragging ability. Make sure you don't underestimate this dude, because he is actually a really solid player. It'll be interesting to see what Edward can get down around this sort of level of Counter-Strike. I think he can obviously bring a lot after having played a Navi for so long. There's going to be a kill from Edward onto Lack. Winter able to get one back traded through. Norbert able to get a frag, and it's good to see Se7en are just bringing the fight to them. They're just playing the straight up own playstyle. They're like, okay, we're not going to give you anything. We're going to keep up this pressure. We're going to show that we are ready to play, and they go for the aggression, but Winstrike come out on top of the battle. They've got the man advantage, and they'll try and hold on to it as well. Just over a minute left on the clock. There's the Winstrike have brought the ball back towards T-Spawn, and multiple players about to come out through A long. They have got Smiley up towards the A bomb site, and he will just sit there waiting for the multiple players coming towards him. And long range, Norbert will be caught by the MP9 of Kinder. And this is where it's now a 3v3. The advantage that they had is lost. And Winstrike going to get it done over towards the side of the map. Winter has rotated in with the MP9, but Kvik has moved on through. He is going to spam away. There's the kill on the Smiley. Flashbang assist from Elian allows him to get that. And the man advantage is on that T side. 30 seconds left. Molotov comes in to delay the bomb plant. And Kinder's actually relatively close here on short, so he can actually get some damage done if he looks on towards the bomb site. But Bondik will get it planted. Kinder's just going to be sitting up on short. They're just waiting for a mistake, an overextensive peek from Winstrike, but Winstrike don't need to do that. They're just going to sit there on the spot with the time ticking so far. Se7en might just consider saving, and indeed that is the call here. Winstrike get it done, just walking in towards the site. Se7en making a pretty educated decision actually here to fall away. So it's good to see they have that sort of discipline and they're thinking straight, which is obviously a good sign moving forward. And they've got another AK, so not bad. I'm a big fan of their logo though. If that's what Winter's rocking, it's pretty sick. It's a little bit, you know, out there. It's a bit very detailed, we'll say. But from Winstrike's side of things, I love the space rocket. They're missing Boomich. Obviously, he's went over the Navi. If you're unfamiliar with this whole storyline, Edward and Boomich have switched positions. So now Boomich is over on the Navi roster, and Edward is here in Winstrike. Well, Elian's going to get picked off early. That's going to be a great kill from Smiley. That'll start things off for the CT side. They needed that start and they got it. And now this is going to be a man advantage for Se7en. See what they can do with it. Can they hold on to it? To have some impact off the back of it. Winstrike have yet to be in a position where they can trade. So it's looking likely Se7en will be able to hold on to this advantage. And Kvik is going to start to put a little bit more pressure. That's over towards Long with the rest of his teammates. He's going to bring that bomb over there. Winstrike have had success there. We've seen it already. One minute, 5 seconds left on the clock. Kvik will clear the car with the Molotov. That'll go on in and make sure that anybody playing in behind that will be forced away. Limit the positions the CTs can be playing from. And again, Winstrike might have a couple of teething issues with the new roster. I mean, it's not just Edward that's new to the team. I believe Elian is new as well. Not too long ago added. So this is definitely a new roster for Winstrike. And sometimes you can have that instant honeymoon period. And sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get things going. And this is certainly a great round from Smiley. He's got himself 3 kills already. He'll look back in towards the A bomb site. Bomb has been planted, although Norbert has been picked apart. That's a good kill from Lack as they move back into the site. They know exactly where Kvik is. They spot the head. They cannot pick the kill up just yet. Smiley eventually hits the headshot, and that is well done from him. 4 kills in the run already. And keep an eye on this guy throughout this game. You know, that's the exciting part about a team like Se7en, where you aren't too familiar with the players on the roster. You kind of have your preconceptions of, well, probably not going to be able to get too much done. And then suddenly you're surprised by a couple of the individuals, perhaps. So, Smiley might be a player to watch here on the Se7en team throughout this best of 3. Although we'll take a little look at the veto, because that's where things get more interesting for me. I think this is where we will start to see or start to predict how this one's going to shape up. Because if you take a look here, first map will be Dust 2, second will be Overpass. The team that picked Dust 2 is indeed Se7en. So they are a team that obviously are going to be comfortable on this one. I think Winstrike, we've obviously seen them play a lot of Dust 2, but recently the games I've casted of Winstrike, they haven't looked that great on this map. So yeah, it's a map they play a lot, but is it a map they're great on or comfortable on? I don't know. Overpass should be a better one for Winstrike though. For sure. This one is also probably going to be pretty good for them. It's Kvik will take away Kinder. I hope it's not Kinder. I think it's going to be Kinder because Kinder bars, gotta love them. Kinder surprise eggs. Winstrike. I'm going to get themselves quite a few kills. It's all the Lack and Winter. And that'll be the flashbang over the top of short. And they'll try and run on through over towards the A bomb site. 2 players left just locked outside of the site on A. That's going to be Lack and Winter left, falling away. Lack will be here with the AK-47, looks towards the stairs. There's the headshot as Edward will fall. And the man advantage is on that T side. Doubled. And this will be 3-2. Awkward engagement in Sauna middle. Does come out on top though, Alien. And Winter is the last man alive. It is summer. Winter. So let's see how well he gets down here. I think we've got Autumn, right? We have Autumn. We have a player that's called Autumn. Surely, I think it's from China, right? We have Summer from China as well. We've also got Winter. Do we have Summer? Yeah, we do, yeah. I just said that. Do we have Spring? No, I don't know if we have Spring. Needs to be a pro player called Spring. And we got the quadruples. Got for all the seasons. But Winter is here on the server. And Lack is going to take himself Alien. That's going to be the 4v4 as Bondic able to find Smiley. Only the flash assist coming in from Edward as well, being a bit more of a supportive element even in this team. So I see he'll continue to do so, try and elevate the level that these players can play at. He's going to be calling the bomb back over towards B. Currently there's a player inside of that site. And perhaps Edward, you know, can start to feel a bit more at home in this team as well, because you can be a little bit out of your depth. You know, if you're a player that is a legend of the game and has been playing, but you get a lot of community sort of backlash, and you know, you aren't doing too well on an individual level in one of the top teams in the world, you can start to feel a lot of pressure. But if you go into a team like Winstrike, it's a perfect team for him, right? It's a team where he can give so much to these players, try and elevate the level they play at, give them such an insight into the world of top Counter-Strike, what worked for Navi, what they did, and sort of give them an idea of how to perform. I think that's a good thing that Edward can bring to the table here for Winstrike. And you probably feel like his voice is a little bit more heard on this team, a little bit more respected in terms of his opinion. It'll be good to see if they can lead this team. And it's going to be Winter taking a couple of kills. Another one there for Winter. That's a 3k. Bondic last man alive into a 1v4. And Bondic, I don't think he'll be able to pull this one off, I'm afraid. Winter got himself the triple kill. A good hold there on the B bomb site. And Winstrike unable to really get too much done there. So I feel like they're starting to realize this is not going to be an easy feat at all. I was kind of expecting a walk in the park for Winstrike coming into this, you know, seeing a 2-0. I think I've realized that maybe I should never really predict 2-0s, because the games I predicted 2-0s in, they've went really far and long in all three maps, whereas the maps I predicted 2-1s in have been very quick 2-0s. So I don't know. I'll just keep my opinion to myself. I'll not predict anything, and maybe but it's too late now. Maybe for later games. Yeah, I've learned. There is no player called Autumn? You're probably right. We've seen some player matchmaker or something called it, and I thought so. Anyway, you're just right, it is summer. HP, he's gonna throw a nade in towards Longhouse. Man advantage here on the CT side. Gavik dropped early. Not really a good sign moving forward for Winstrike if they are struggling to find their feet here. Flashbang is going to go out towards long. Just under a minute left to play with on the clock. Smoke will go down as well towards short. Man advantage on the CT side. Smiley holds for the crosses. Bondic is about to come into his crosshair. That's the pickup from Smiley. An advantage on the double for Se7en here as they hold the cross. It's Smiley with another kill as Norbert will fall. And Smiley's looking in for some more action as well. He wants to find this kill. He'll go in towards it, and there it is. Edward hits the deck. It's all in Elian. A 1v5, 20 seconds on the clock. What happened here? It's going to be another round on the board for Se7en. This is very good indeed. This is a good start. Kind of up against Winstrike, who've definitely not looked like the Winstrike team we know. They're not really doing too much here at all. You'd think they'd have an easier time of things, having a team like Winstrike with the players they've got, with the experience, the tenure, the skill. You think you'd be bombing out on a couple of these CIS teams in the qualifiers, but nope. It's been a bit of a struggle so far. I'm sure they will do their best. There goes Norbert falling. Man advantage picked up for the CT side. And then will be Se7en taken away. Bondik is going to be HP, the man from the team to take him away. It should be a relatively easy run again. It's just against the blocks. Not too much of a challenge here whatsoever. And all the kills come in. This one should be a bit more of a close affair. It will be an AWP in the hands of Ellie and the AK-47s as well. There's going to be a spam away. Kinder will take away Kavik. And again, man advantage going in favor of the CT side. Edward going to be dropped to 16 HP. Not exactly the start Winstrike need here at all. Perhaps the problem is they're missing eyes and an E. So their name's actually Winstrike. It's not going well. With smoke for the cross for CT. Oh no, Kinder's coming in behind. He's just flanked upon them. They have no idea that this is even a possibility. Kills from Lack, and this is not looking good at all. Bondik and Norbert last alive in a 2v5. This has been a little bit embarrassing actually for Winstrike, I have to say. Not really expecting anything at this point. Bondik will take away Kinder. And it will be a 2v4. 35 seconds left. They've got a bomb in T-spawn still. Bondik wants to bring it back over towards B, but there's currently two players aggressive there. Smiley is there. Smiley will be waiting for AWP. Norbert will walk in towards his crosshair. And a very proactive play results in a kill. They're not going to expect Winter to be here either. Bondik picked apart. 7-2 for Se7en. And maybe their name's Se7en because this is literally as many rounds as they're allowed to get. Maybe. Maybe Winstrike will turn it around. Probably not in this one, to be fair. They've only got pistols. A little bit of Kevlar into the mix. This should be, on paper, another round for Se7en. Which, who have been impressing me so far at the start of Dust 2. Looking relatively solid. Taking down Winstrike time after time, finding those opening engagements, taking those opening kills, and that's the important part. If you can start to win those opening fights, then that's when you get yourself the advantages to play with. I think it makes things a little bit easier moving forward. So we're on 10. Se7en. We've got the op in the hands of Smiley. Rifles across every player. They expending quite a bit of utility, just holding off the troops here. But Winstrike have got a little bit of presence throughout the tunnels. not yet having any chance to commit. Eventually they will come on in. There's going to be utility being used up. Bondic slithers through the double doors. And he's going to try and assist his teammates who are all coming in from the tunnels. They will start to move on in. Molotov hits the back of the site. Flashbangs through Winter. He'll hold here as they come on past him. Missed shot. There's the spray. Whiffed, but it's long. He still gets the one kill. Norbert with another. And the Pistols, they might just be doing something here as Norbert's got himself another. He will have to do it all here though. A 3k comes in from Norbert. Cannot quite get the ace as unfortunately a player will walk through the door. But Winstrike, they nearly get it done there on the Pistols. Basically off all off the back of Norbert though. So 8-2 already. Se7en have won the half. This is not the start Winstrike would have been looking for, but they have a chance here to try and change that. Another buy coming in. It's going to be the AWP in the hands of Elian. Yet to show us really what he's made of. No one actually here on this side is showing us what they're made of just yet. We know Winstrike are capable of performing to a far higher level than we've seen so far. Obviously, we'd want to see that. Elaine, he's going to be making his way back over towards A. Kinder's just going to be sitting here on the ramp waiting for multiple players to come in towards him as Smiley will farm Bondic. Edward is there for one as well. Se7en able to get all its HP with two. Smiley with another. It's falling apart yet again here. Lion, the last man alive. And he is finished off. 9-2 here already. Se7en dominating on Dust 2. Not exactly what anybody would have expected, I don't think. But it's happened. That's going to be the scout from the Lion. Going out towards middle. The rest of the troops trying to come out towards A long. It's Bondic picking up the kill towards Pit. The Deagle gets it done in the opening kill, but they need a little bit more than that. It's not enough just with the one frag. They need to get a little bit more of a buffer due to having the weaker weaponry. And now that they've got an M4A4 to work with, perhaps their chances have just been raised ever so slightly. And we'll start to make their way in towards the A bomb site. The bomb under wraps. The pressure being put on towards the A side of the map as damage is being done and received. But Lack is coming in with a big flank. He has found Kvik. He could find another in towards the pit as that's Lion hitting the deck. Now they could find even more. Edward has to step up with a Deagle headshot here. Lack about to walk around the corner, and there it is. Edward connects. He has an AK to work with. Now he has to show up in a big way as he taps away. That's a headshot on the HP. Looking for a little bit more as Winter coming towards him. Bondic's locked inside of the site. He's been picked off, Edward, from long. It's Bondic in a 1v1. The Deagle has to pull it off here as Winter moves in towards the site. It's the 5-7. The defuse comes in, but so close there from Winstrike off the back of Pistols. They nearly make it happen. I really thought for a second Edward had done enough there. Bondic looked like he had done it as well. But 10-2, it's double figures for Se7en. A buy coming through from Winstrike. They desperately need the win here. So, round number 13. It's an unlucky number for some. Let's see if Winstrike can make it lucky though. Norbert able to get himself a kill on the HP. That'll start things off well. Man advantage for the T side. Can they hold on to it? They start to make their way over towards the site. Winter able to pick off Kvik. And Norbert starting to spam away. Lack is going to be finished off. A bit more damage being done as well. Smiley and Winter left into a 2v4. Finally, Winstrike. This is looking much better. A round they could actually walk away with. And that, oh, nice shot from Winter up towards the top of middle. Norbert on the cross towards T-spot has been picked off. And there's actually quite a bit of skill here on the Se7en roster. Definitely more than Winstrike were probably expecting. This is, it's kind of nuts, actually. You know, you still favour Winstrike overall in the best of 3, just hoping their map pool would be a bit deeper. But the performance we've seen from Se7en already, they're definitely showing big individual lift. And I think Norbert has been really the only guy, right, on this Winstrike side that's been finding multi-kills and looking strong. We'll take a little look at the scoreboard to see how it's actually shaping up, because currently at the top of the scoreboard is Bondik in terms of 7 kills in score, but Norbert is down at 8 kills, topping the frag count, and below that Edward. It's been pretty quiet from Elian, and I want to see some more from him, honestly. I want to see a little bit more from him showing up. Well, it's going in towards A long. Smiley has got his AWP locked in towards short. At this point, there's going to be a play from Winstrike in towards A long yet again. Kinder's going to try and step up from the back corner. He has got Edward. That's a kill and a half. And Smiley will get one as well on the Bondik. Looks like an instant reply from Se7en. After losing one, they seem to be right back into things. As now it's a 2-man advantage for the CT side. Norbert is he the man to again change it for Winstrike. He's been so impactful for them, the shining light, but he might not have done enough just yet. As Elian and Kavik, they're going to be finished off. Norbert has to do everything, all 5 kills. It won't happen. It's 11-3. This half could be absolutely dominant. I mean, it already is pretty dominant, but it could be a 12-3 half. Pretty incredible stuff from Se7en. On this point, Winstrike trying to play a bit of a default, trying to take some short control. They will start to move their way up towards short. Smoke doesn't quite reach the smoke, I don't think. Someone's talking in chat about Winstrike having a bad win rate on Dust 2. Yeah, like I said, I casted them quite recently, and most of the times they played this, they haven't looked too solid on it, but you'd really think with the individuals that they have on a map like Dust 2, where, you know, it is all about angels, right? You'd expect them to be putting up a little bit of a better performance, but they haven't quite been doing it here, and Se7en have looked rather decent. It is going to be a Molotov in towards that A bomb site. Norbert will pick up the kill on the HP, looking for another, but Smiley's got that one. Kinder, he'll find a kill as well, as Edward is going to be making his way through. Elian has got himself a kill on the back of that, and Bondik making space. Finally, it looks like Winstrike might find the 4th. I mean, it's much easier to come back from 11-4 than it is 12-3, right? You know, you can get that pistol win under your belt, and you most definitely still have a chance. It's not been a great half from Winstrike, but at least they can recover from 11-4. The time will tick away, and that will be the 4th on the board for Winstrike. Well, an excellent half coming in here. 11-4 for Se7en. It's going to be a 16-7 on the top of the board there from Smiley. You have to remember, had a massive performance in one of the runs with that AWP. He is at the top, 16-7, 13-3 on Winter, 13-9. So it's been a very good team effort across the board from Se7en. And over on the Winstrike side of things, it's been a little bit quiet from quite a few of the players. I'd like to see a little bit more from Kvik and Elian, obviously. Norbert's been playing pretty well, actually, I have to say, but Edward's going to take a lot of damage early. He's been dropped to 22. Bondic holding the bait switch angle. He will tap out towards lower tunnel and get a kill on the Smiley. So an advantage has been picked up here for Winstrike. The man advantage is theirs to work with. And the bomb is going to be up towards the upper B tunnels, while Kinder is in lower tunnels. Elian has found another advantage, and that's towards long. Norbert holds the cross towards the B tunnels, and has spotted the player come into his crosshair, unable to land the shot just yet though, and so this is where Se7en want to punch. They want to find at least a chance here. The first area to miss a couple of shots, but it's clean from Norbert. 3 headshots come in. Misses the first few, but not the last 3. That is incredible for Norbert. Cleans all 3 of them up with a flashbang from his team. Good stuff there from Winstrike. They do win the pistol, and I think that's the first step of a very long walk back into this game. The line just sitting back, holding middle. He'll be looking up the turret towards the top of mid. And there will be a line finding the kill onto Lack. An advantage on the CT side already. Edward able to find that. Bondic with one as well. And this one should be a very easy cleanup for the Winstrike team. So, round number 18 coming on up. This is sort of the first challenge Winstrike have had in the second half by the pistol. And it is going to be the AK-47s in play. And Winstrike will bring Augs and the M4A1S into it. It's going to be the early pickup. HP up towards short. Has found a lion. Man advantage there, and again, the default on the T side, you generally want to find short control, and HP has got 2 kills towards that side of the map. They've already picked that up, and so things are looking good here for Se7en in the first gun round, the one that really matters. They need to find this win. So Se7en currently 2 men in the lead. And round number 18. Kvik will hold off towards A long. Multiple players coming in towards his crosshair. He'll throw a smoke and try and play on the edge of it, trying to cover off the rotations. Delay so his teammate can come through, but Kvik needs to stand tall. He's only got the 1 kill here. Norbert gets another, but Edward, he could do it. He could hold the site long enough. He's got 1 off towards short. Smoke will go through as well. He'll look for a little bit more here. Spamming away. Gets the kill. That's the bomb on the floor, but finished off by Lack. Now it's on Norbert. The player that's arguably been the strongest fragger on the team so far. I think Lax is actually... Has he not spotted his head? Surely he hears the footsteps, though. Finally realizes that Norbert's long. And Norbert's going to try and come back into the bomb site. Lack is just holding the cross, and there it is. He wins the fight. And it's 3 for him, 2 for HP, and 12-6 on the board for Se7en. They are able to get it done here, and Winstrike, they are struggling on Dust 2. They've really got to look towards Overpass. Again, brand new team. Their map pool's probably not going to be amazingly fleshed out at this point at all. I think, yeah, we'll start to look towards maybe the maps that they pick is generally where they're going to perform the best, right? So hopefully Overpass is a bit of a different story, because this one's not been great for Winstrike whatsoever. Well, Se7en are bringing most of the troops over towards the upper tunnels. Now we've got a few players on the other end of it inside of B. It's going to be Kinder taking away Norbert. 7 HP gets one as well, and it's a cleanup here for the rifles. Only Kvik left on his own, and he will be finished off as well. 13-6, only 3 rounds away here. Se7en from taking us to that second map with a map lead. They will be very happy about that one, that's for sure. Molotov will go out towards the car. Winstrike looking for anything. Any chance to open up this round. Give themselves an edge into it. But that's not come their way just yet. They will just step back passively, waiting for it to come though. No one really too aggressive. I probably say the closest to the aggression is that mid peak. Maybe towards short actually. So Se7en need to be careful that they don't fall to one of these more aggressive players towards short or mid. But other than that, they've pretty much got the map to play with. It's all on Bondik to try and step up, and there it is, a kill. A second coming in from Bondik as well, as the bomb will hit the floor. It is the 2-man advantage for the CT side. 45 seconds left. What's the reply from Se7en? How do they get back into this one? Bondik might have just done enough already. Rotations there. Edwards come in. Going aggressive, taking the fight, and this is much better. Winstrike showing a little bit of muscle here. Flexing a little bit that they've got the individuals, and they have pulled it off. It's the old guard, actually. Bondik and Edward getting it done between them. And HP is on his own in a 1v5. He's running away. Trying to save this over towards the A bomb site. Don't really see him pulling this one off. I'll be honest. Well, Winstrike will get themselves 7. Still in the game, still on dust 2. Going to be a long comeback though. And they've made quite a few mistakes and quite a few errors, so it's got to be almost flawless. After this best of 3, we've got another one coming on up. It's 4 best of 3s today. I'll only be covering 3 of them. We have got Jay, who will be taking over from me on the next map. It's going to be Dream Eaters taking on Unique. That'll be rather interesting. Over on the B stream currently, we're seeing Se7en take on Prosto. That should be an interesting game to watch as well. So if you're interested, make sure you head on over to StarLadder CS2 and take a little cheeky look at the Se7en versus Prosto game. We also have 4s taking on No Name a little bit later on over on that B stream. Also on the 3rd, we are currently I think we concluded the Chinese qualifiers for today. It's definitely interesting to watch. There's going to be HP taking away Bondik, as that is the early pickup from the T side. Se7en. You know, after losing that last one, a great answer back would to be straight into this and end up winning. You know, this would be definitely a good way to step into it. 3 away from taking the map, though. Dust 2 could very easily go in the way of the underdog. Still, though, pushing towards longer to Kvik with 1. Make it 2. Great stuff. Flash assist comes in from Elian. The play there was to take the early pick, fall back inside of the pit and wait for the flashbang. Lack tries to make the play to pull it back over towards short. He gets 1 kill but traded back immediately. Alliant doing a good job there as well. And the 2 quieter players have definitely stepped up here in this one. Smiley and Winter left into the 2v3. They're going to have to try and pull this one off. Well, Smiley does get Alliant, but almost instantly traded back by Kvik. And Nor will hold the B bomb site. So 8 on the board for Winstrike. It's going to be pretty decent here from them. They're going to keep going. And I really thought at that point Se7en actually might have ended up taking that one. But if Winstrike realistically pull this off and make this comeback happen and take this map, I'm probably going to see a 2-0. I think they'll definitely be able to take away... I think they'll definitely be able to take away Overpass. I think that'll be a map they can probably take rather simply. But here on this map, it's definitely not... It's not been a great showing for them. So if they can somehow like turn this one around, start to feel better about themselves, start to get the confidence going, the team flowing a little bit, figuring out things as they go. I could definitely see a world in which this could go 2-0. Edward has taken away Lack. Bondic with a kill on the Kinder as well. I think that's something these two players can add as well to this team, is sort of Edward and Bondic can add sort of this sort of added mentality to the team, I think. You know, realize that, okay, we're 13 hits on, but that doesn't mean anything. We're still in the game, aren't we? It's not over. I think they can definitely come back into it, so hopefully that's the case. Hopefully they do show us a bit of that, because that would be very nice to see. Currently, Winstrike hold the two-man advantage against the Pistols. I don't think there's going to be too much to be said for Se7en. And they will try their luck over towards A's. Multiple players, all three of them. In fact, they're coming in from short. Currently, Winstrike have got two players playing relatively passively over towards the A bomb site, so it should be simple for the AUG as Kvik gets two, traded back by the P250, but it's only a 2-for-1. Edward should get this final kill. Jump shot, go for it. There we go. There we go, Edward. Gets it on the second time of asking. Jumps up twice, gets it on the second time. So, 13-9, it's Winstrike, one away from double figures, and as soon as you sort of hit 10, that's when you realize, you know, mentally in your head, you go, we're in this game again. I think they'll be in the game anyway, but it's sort of when you see that sort of double figures thing, I don't know what it is, but it just kind of turns a lot of teams' attention towards the fact that they could actually pull it off. I think a lot of Counter-Strike actually comes from placebos as well. Like, there's all those people that change their settings, the res, and they play well. It's like people, yeah, it's all placebos, really. But Se7en are going to be sending their players, their troops, towards the underpass, and it is going to be a take of short. The Tech 9's about to make their way on through, but they're going to wait on the smoke to come over for the CT cross. Flashbang will go through as well. That'll be deep, and Edward might get blinded by it. Indeed he is, but here comes the push right in towards Edward. He'll get two, knows how to deal with this well. He'll hide behind the barrels. Norbert peeks and gets one, make it two as well. They're both going to double up, and it's all on Winter. So it's the double-double. That's what that is. And now Winter stands alone into the 1v5, spotted by Bondic and finished off as well. 13-10 here for Se7en, and they are feeling hella confident now, I'm sure, as they only stand 3 rounds away from Dust 2. But Winstrike are here and performing well towards the late stages. They've got to feel that momentum rush. They've got to realize that we're still in this game, guys. And Se7en probably sweating a little bit now, realizing, you know, Winstrike are here. We have to sort of turn this one around again. And that's a good pick. Expecting the boost coming in, a Lion. He was trying to play off the top of Edward's head. Smiley able to pick him off, and the man advantage is there for the T side. Although Kvik tries to trade, but it's not effective. Winter's waiting. And he's got the kill, and that will be the man advantage doubled on the T side. I don't see this going very well for Bondic either. Multiple players coming in towards him. He receives the initial damage as well. No one really there to back him up, and this run's over. Winstrike have ended up losing. They concede 14-10. And the comeback that was looking solid from them seems to have crumbled. Looks like Se7en have just taken the first map of the series over on the B stream for Se7en versus Prosto. And a 16-7 win on Inferno. See if we can get any confirmation on that as well. And currently it is. It is a 16-7 win for Se7en on Inferno. Over on the B stream. It's not going well here for Winstrike either. I can confirm that is not the caster. Aegis, my name is Dinko, not Jay. My Twitter is DinkoTV, if you're interested. Also give Jay a follow, he's a super nice guy. So this one's important for Winstrike. Double up setup coming in. Edward and the line picking them up. That is interesting. Don't really get to see Edward opening too much in Navi, but he'll bring it into this one. We'll see what he can get done. It is going to be Kvik getting hit up first on long. He has finished off. The headshot came in and dispatched with rather simply. And so the man advantage is there on the T side. Well, as the call here from Se7en is Edward is going to hold off the doors. Multiple players coming in towards him. He only gets the one kill. Can't react quite quick enough to get the second, and so Norbert will take him away. This trade is there. And it will be a 3v3. Bond spamming away through the smoke. There's the kill. That's the bomb. At least they'll hide it. It's hid behind the smoke. And so they can actually recover the bomb and get it planted. But it's tough from Winstrike. They've got the man advantage coming into this. They've got to replay this retake. And it's going to be Smiley holding a long position. Norbert is going to fall. As Smiley is holding it off. The line in behind the double door. Smiley waiting for it. This should be the kill added to his collection. The line. Oh no, the timing. Smiley's looked away at the wrong time, and so Kinder's left alone. 12 HP. One bullet from Bondik's rifle would do it. He's close by, but it's the op of the line that picks it up. And it will be 11 here for Winstrike. They managed to get it done. The line tosses the AWP over to Bondik. And decides to rock the double up setup again. I just had a random sneeze, and I wasn't fast enough to mute my mic, so apologies for that. Yeah, Edward Opin is very interesting. KZ means Kazakhstan. I think so. I mean, it has to. Realistically, that sounds pretty bang on. We'll take a look and see where this team's actually hailing from. It is Kazakhstan, so interesting. It is going to be HP taking away the kill onto Kvik. Bondik able to find HP, and so it is a 4v4. Flashbang going towards middle. Edward, there's a kill. That's the bomb as well. Edward's managed to pull that one off, and Kinder's going to have to go back. I think Edward knows that someone else is going to have to recover the bomb, right? So he's just going to hold here. Eventually hide away. He's got the advantage. No need to give it away. Not even risk losing it. Let's go Winstrike. This comeback has actually been incredible. Making for a very exciting game of Counter-Strike. Se7en. They've definitely impressed me. Not what I was expecting coming into this. But Winstrike showing us they can come back into the game. Perhaps took them a while to warm up into it. Still not over yet. Se7en still can even win this round, and that would be very disappointing for a Lion. He will end up getting dropped to 9 HP, and they start to move in towards the B bomb site. With the bomb, there's one player faking over towards A. It's not really a whole lot, and he's actually just keeping them here. The bomb's starting to make its way through. I think Norbert has to step up, has to get himself a kill here, and he won't. That's a problem. Winstrike might end up losing this one. After all was looking good, Norbert not getting a single kill there might have just cost him this round. Edward, he will fall. Align and Bondik into a 2v3 as Align will hold off. There's the shot through the door. And now Kinder and Winter left in a 2v2. They will start to make their way through. The line is going to be here outside of the B site. It will be Bondik. Long range. Trying to take the shot towards the back of the bomb site. They're looking for this retake, and there's a kill from Kinder. Shot from Alien lands as well, but Kinder quick looks up towards the window, gets 15. It's map point for Se7en. They look to try and take us to that second map. Taking a win against Winstrike on the first map would be an impressive result from them, and to be honest, they've got the individuals that they might actually be even able to challenge them on Overpass if needed. Train is the final map in the series, and that could be another interesting one as well if we have to go there. Well, rip Edward. It is a kill from Smiley right through the double door. Edward finished off it'll be a man advantage for the T side. This could be the final round unless they walk right into the stack all day long. And there goes the kill on the Alliant. Things not looking so great for Winstrike at this point, and they've got so many problems. One right side long. You have two players positioned on the A-bomb side itself. One over towards B. Norbert, he'll just try and hold on there. As Kinder is going to start to drag himself across towards this side of the map. Smoke is off towards the right side. Molotov to clear the back of the site. Norbert's in a better position this time, but his barrel's been spotted, I believe. Kinder knows where he is. Norbert's going... Oh, what? What is he doing? He pulls out his silencer as well. That is so unfortunate. Kinder drops him, and the B-bomb site is falling apart. Kvik will get 3 out of nowhere. A quad kill from Kvik. He just gets them all towards long. And that's a 1v2. There's a chance here for Winstrike. How has Kvik done that? It was looking so like it was over. And then out of nowhere, Kvik gets 4. Kinder is shook right now. Bondik is going to hold the A-bomb site. Whiffs a couple of shots. They know exactly where he is though. Headshot on the Bondik. Into the 1v1. It has to be the ace clutch here from Kvik. The 1v1 has to happen. No time for the bomb plant. All he needs to do is run away. He runs away, and that is it. Doesn't even need to go for the ace in the end, as time plays into it. What a run from Kvik. He saves Winstrike's hopes here on Dust 2, and they are now 3 away from reaching overtime. Well, Kinder, he will take away Kvik. That'll be the man advantage for the T side. They start to make their way over towards the tunnels. It's going to be a flash on in. Lack looking for the kill on Norbert, able to pick it up, but Edward, he's there and replied. Good kill again. Another one from Edward. Looking forward for a triple. Runs out of ammo. Switches to the USP. And Edward will get it done on the 3 players. It's not an HP and Winter to try and walk right back into this. It'll be Winter with the kill on the Bondik. A 2v2 ensuing. Under a minute left on the clock as the Hog is going to be picked up. Looking down middle. Here's going to be Edward. Looking up towards short. Winter's going to be finished off as Edward is able to pick it up. Looking for another one as well. As HP is into the 1v2. Grenade lands onto his feet. He's minus 80, down to 20 HP. Has to try and pull it off. Has picked up Edward. Stops Edward from getting the ace. Now Lion has to step up to save his team. Again, it comes down to the 1v1. Winstrike, they never make it easy on themselves. It's been a quad kill in the last round from Kvik. A quad kill from Edward in this one. And the Lion surely has to pick this up. And there it is. 15-13. Winstrike stay alive. And that is another crazy quad kill that's keeping them in this game. It's not a sustainable playstyle, I have to say. But if you could do it across 2 rounds in a row, just gets you enough to stay in the game. They still need 2 more rounds here, just to bring it to overtime. Paul's coming in here. At this point, they realize Se7en that this game is slowly slipping through their fingers. Winstrike have somehow managed to pull it off again and again off the back of these crazy individual plays. Still behind by 2 rounds, of course. All is needed is 1 round for Se7en, and they've got this map. They've got it in their bag. They can move on. But it's got to be playing in the back of their head right now. Just have to think, what can we do? Everything we've done has worked. We've got the advantages. We're starting to look good. And then there's just a crazy quad kill from Kvik. Edwards just destroyed us in the tunnels. Surely we cannot lose this map. Fact of the matter is, they might actually end up having to play overtime here. If Winstrike could put 2 more together, that would be quite an incredible storyline here. Winstrike start off struggling, come back strong. Even into their map pick of overpass. We'll see if that is the case. It's still looking good for Se7en. They still have a 2-round buffer, and it's a faster play inside the middle from HP, just running right through, traded back by Bondik. Faster play towards the tunnels, but Norbert stopped it in its tracks. That's Lack hitting the floor. Winter up towards ramp, and Norbert's got that kill as well. He's traded back. It's a man advantage still for the CT side, but the B bomb site is under control. It's under wraps. The T side have it, and Kinder can get that bomb planted. Winstrike have got to come in with a successful retake, and they're going to hold on to the bomb site itself. Looking towards the tunnel, in below the window. Lion, Bondik, and Kvik have to try and make this successful for Winstrike. No longer can they have any mistakes. Molotov will hit off the wall. That's going to force them into the bomb site. It's the little edge that they need if they find Kinder. One more player left. He's inside of the tunnels. One of them needs to get on the defuse. The others just need to cover. It's a 10-second defuse for a Lion. Smiley realizes this one is over. He's got to fall away, save that AWP, and Winstrike have done it. It's run number 30 coming up. It's 14 on the board for Winstrike. One more run needed, and it's overtime. No more mistakes from either team at this point if they want this. Se7en, if they win this one, it's all over. Winstrike's valiant comeback will be all for nothing. Winstrike win one more. It'll be overtime, and we'll do it all over again. Se7en have money, as do Winstrike. It's even here across the board. This is anyone's game. And Winstrike, they send 3 players towards A long. A couple inside of the tunnels for Se7en. The bomb reaching mid as well. Will start to take some default control. At this point, the pressure, the tension must be high on the Winstrike side. Really getting too much information here. They have no idea where they could be. The Se7en are all the way up short. The bomb is there as well. Flashbang will go over the top, and they realize now there's a chance that they're up here. Grenade is going to go on through. Be spam from Bondik. Two players in the B tunnels, 2 sitting back on the site on the CT side. They have got Winstrike. Yeah, got a little bit of control towards A. A bomb site itself, one in the car, and one a little bit further towards long. Se7en can start to gather their control up towards middle. They have got the bomb there as well. Multiple players starting to make their way through. Further along, but it's Edward picking up the kill onto Lack. It's going to be the Franks coming through for Winstrike. This is overtime. If they can just get a couple more, but Smiley, he wants to win this. He's got the kill on the AWP, but the grenade from Bondik is good. All they need is a couple more, and Smiley makes his way over towards the A bomb site. The bomb can get planted for Winter, who's currently playing from short. It has to be the 4v2. Winstrike have the advantages. They have everything going their way. They have to just get back inside of the site. It's Smiley with a kill on the Bondik. Smiley finally found, but it's all on Winter. 1v3, and he is finished off as well. It's overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Winstrike pull off the comeback, and we're going to the bonus rounds. This has been an absolute crazy game. Winstrike have looked pretty dire at the start of this one, and then suddenly they walk into it and show up. Edward at the top of the scoreboard. Not a bad game for one of his first matches for this team. I'm pretty sure it is his debut, right? In terms of officials, and he's currently 24 and 22. Good stuff by Edward. Well, utility is going to be used in towards middle. Flashbang over the top. Send a couple of players out there. Overtime number 1 gets underway. It's going to be Winstrike. AWP in the hands of Valiant. Edward on the M4A4. All in the hands of Bondic. The rest with the standard M4s. Se7en, they do have control of short. Generally the part of the map you want to have here on the default. They have so many options open to them now with so much utility and already having short control. Such a pivotal part of the map under their wrap, and so they can start to put through the utility. It's going to be the smoke close short. Utility going towards the bomb site, smoke for Kai. This is absolutely perfect from Se7en. They're going to hop in towards the bomb site, but Bondic is even more perfect, as that is amazing. Another 2 kills, align with 1 as well. This is over again. Smiley and Winter have been locked out of the bomb site, and a shot from a Lion. He is waking up. And it's all on to Winter into the 1v3. Smoke goes off towards long, and Winter wants to get close. Norbert will peek, the flashbang is good, and Norbert finds the kill. It's 16 to 15. Winstrike, they find the first round of overtime, and perhaps this is where the experience, the tenure of this roster can really show, is when they're in the crunch time, the crucial parts of the game, where Se7en might not have that experience to sort of stay cool, calm, and collected under this pressure that they are now receiving, because realistically, if they end up losing this one, probably end up losing the series, because looking at that second map, that's where Winstrike should be a little bit more comfortable. Like we kind of discussed, you know, this hasn't been a map for Winstrike that's been traditionally good for them recently, should I say. You know, they've had some weaker results on it. Brand new roster, you're going to have a couple of teething problems, but Kvik has definitely stepped up tall. He's got himself another double kill here. Off towards A long. Se7en trying to get his way through. There will be Norbert hopping through the window back in towards the bomb site. Shot lands in towards the tunnels. Winter finished off. Smiley and Kinder left into a 2v5. Will be Bondic picking up that kill. Not Smiley lands himself into a 1v5. It's not looking likely that this will be happening. Winstrike have picked up the pace here, and they've started to look like a very solid team again. All 5 of them staying alive. All 5 of them finding their moments as well in this game. There's Bondic picking up the kill on a Smiley. And that'll be another cleanup there for Winstrike. 17 to 15. Last round of overtime coming up in the first half at least. It'll be the double up setup in play for Winstrike. Norbert goes to the rifle, the AK for Kvik, and the AUG for Bondic. It will be Se7en. Starting to see cracks in that economy. As this is not a great buy at all for overtime. Winstrike could be on for a flawless CT half here. All they need is a couple more on their T side, and, you know, they've got this one over the line. If they win this flawlessly, they have 3 chances of taking this one over the overpass. And Edward on the AWP has been... it's been a story. I mean, it's been something. He's definitely been performing well for Winstrike. Oh no, Norbert's just pushed her right through. Oh my god, he's going to find them as well. 2 kills for Norbert. He'll fall away, and they were not expecting that play. Norbert just walks through lower tunnel and he picks off 2 kills. Gets all the info as well. There's more players in the tunnels. Winstrike have bagged this one surely. This is going to be a flawless CT half from them. The bomb is going to be making its way back towards T-Spot. And look at the line. He's waiting for that exact moment. They have to crouch past their head. Hidden at this point. Norbert is toying with them. Finally is found by Lack. And that will be into a 2v4. Perhaps a little bit overzealous there for Norbert. Not exactly the most required play. This could be the kill again. Edward unscopes at the wrong time. Nearly gets the reaction as well, which is quite impressive. But Kinder and Lack coming back into the bomb site. It's Kinder trying to find space, trying to find an opening, but it's Bondik that wins that fight. And Lack is in a 1v4. 35 seconds left. Kvik finds him. A flawless CT half from Winstrike. And we move into the second half of overtime number 1 with 3 chances for Winstrike to take us to overpass with a map win under their belts. This has just been... I wouldn't want to say a great performance from Winstrike. I think the correct term to say is a great performance recently in recent runs from Winstrike. You know, the start they had, the reason they're even in this position is because they had a very weak T-half, right? So we have to see a better performance here from them. I think the difference is they start to wake up on an individual level, and if they can continue that, that's when the problems from Se7en can definitely start to arise. Molotov will go in towards tunnels. Nades follow it up as well. Winstrike have control. No first blood being drawn just yet. HP is going to be bringing himself over towards CT, holding the cross. He has got an iron hold with a crossfire with Lack. If Winstrike are to push in through middle, they will have a bit of a problem. A couple of players to try and get rid of. Winstrike still have plenty of utility left, but here goes a bit of a flex. They go towards middle, but they'll run back towards long at this point. It's going to be the A split. The guys coming up from short. This could be it for Winstrike. All he needs a couple more kills. It's got to be a grit hold on that A bomb site. 2 kills immediately found, and this is a decent start coming into this one from the CT side. Edward Alliant and Kvik somehow have to pull off a 2 versus 5 clutch. How they do this is yet to be seen. Se7en is going to be here. Edward able to pick up that kill. No, that's the first kill back into this. If they want to pull it off, they need a couple more. Smiley burning. He's going to be dropped towards short to 12 HP. A bigger chance here now for Winstrike as they move on into the site. It's a line with a kill onto Lack. Kvik cannot get the bomb planted, but Edward still picks up the kill. It's into a 2v3. The advantage is there, and the bomb can get planted now just with enough time. Kinder pushing him from long. The line holds that cross, and that is it. Winter into a 1v3. They know exactly where he is, dog. Give it away his position, and the pressure building. A line finds the kill, and it is the comeback successful from Winstrike. A 19-15 final score here in overtime. They pull it off. The comeback, it was hard, it was long, but it was successful, and that's the important part here. Edward getting 26 kills, 25 on Norbert, 25 on Bondik. They all got top the scoreboard with big runs from Alliant and Kvik as well, who started off this game relatively quiet. But commiserations to Se7en. What a performance that was at the start of this game. You have to remember they had an 11-4 half at the start of things and couldn't quite get it over the line. But that is it for the first map of this series. Join us after the break because we've got Overpass coming up next.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.